Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Adventures of Adam. I'm Adam. Let's adventure. Welcome, Solar Nebula. Oh my goodness. The website is live. The website is live. We're going to be reacting to the hero kits for the first time. I've looked at a few just to like start working on my Godforge compendium resource to put the awakening bonuses in, but I haven't looked at any of like the new heroes, really. Martin, good morning. All right, so this is, I'm probably gonna butcher her name. Amaterasu, perhaps? Eternal Legendary. A6, good morning, welcome, or good evening. I don't know where you're at in the world. Welcome either way. So the basic attack, Eternal Flames. Attacks one enemy with 300 times attack, heal 5% HP to all allies. If the target is under Aether Burn, increase the heal by 100%. So it's a 10% heal if they're under Aether Burn. Midnight Stroll, welcome. Yeah, the website is live. It's struggling right now. There's a lot of people trying to use it and they're working out the bugs and kinks. Hell Hades is still actively working on it. He hasn't slept. Probably like, you know, he should have gone to bed like 7 hours ago. But he hasn't. He's still working, so that's crazy. They're clearly dedicated to getting it up and running. So we just got to be patient with him, guys. But her core ability places block debuffs in Radiance 2 on all allies for 2 turns. Then has a 75% chance to place Aether Burn 2 on all enemies for 2 turns. And at the first level awakening, the Aether Burn 2 cannot be resisted. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Radiance, that's a 20%, I think it's 20%. I actually have it in my status effect index. I could look it up real quick. If you guys have not seen my Adventures of Adam Discord, I've built this Godforge compendium. It's a resource I'm building out, but it's got basically everything. So yeah, Radiance 2 is 20%. So reduces damage received by 20% and reflects reduced damage back at the attacker. That's pretty good. And then obviously block debuffs is pretty self-explanatory. And then the ultimate, revive all dead allies with 50% turn meter, 50% divinity. Then reset the ability cooldowns on all allies. Also equalizes HP of the allies to the ally or enemy with the highest current HP. Holy cow. And then at Awakening 3, it also places Phoenix on each revived ally for 2 turns. That cannot be removed. That is cool. Hey, what's up, CDK? Yeah, it's been tricky. I found someone told me a little hack on how to make it work, and I've been bending it to my will. I did see they added the new portraits to the minigame. Yeah, that's super cool. Man, she looks really good. Now, what's the passive do? At the start of an enemy turn, decrease the damage this hero receives by 10%, stacking up to 10 times. Stacks reset at the start of this hero's turn. Interesting. And then at the level 5 awakening, damage reduction applies to all allies instead. Holy cow. And she gains 40 divinity when healing an ally. So that's Amaterasu. Very cool looking. Okay, so this is the hack. I'm going in alphabetical order as they appear in my Godforge compendium here. So Amaterasu was first. We're gonna go to, actually, let's just do this. Let's just make a new tab. So Anu is next. So this is the hack that you guys need to do if you want it to work for you. Just type the name. Do not capitalize it and enter. Rather than trying to load the hero page and then click on the hero, you just type the hero's name, godforge.gg/heroes/ and then the hero's name not capitalized. Amaterasu is an eternal legendary. I probably should go by faction, actually. Because if I do all the legendaries up front, everyone who tunes in halfway through the stream, they're gonna miss all the exciting stuff. Yeah, she looks really good. So let's do that. Let's let's go by, she's Izumo, so we'll do just the full Izumo faction. So in the Godforge Compendium, if you type Izumo, you get all the Izumo heroes. And we'll go through by rarity and all the way down. So, hold on, let me see what Zephyrock needs. I'm just gonna keep that message private. Okay. There we go. And it's taking a little while. So let's stop this and we'll keep going down. So we'll look at Fujin next. It is a little slow. Lots of people trying to access it at the moment. Oh, this one loaded quick. Fujin, the Guardian of Air. CDK says, I'm guessing one of the new portraits is female since there was some grievances. Yes, there are two female portraits. One is CRS and the other one is... Hold on. It's Equipment Dungeon. No. Ascension Dungeon. This girl right here. So she's one of the new portraits. And then the rare hero CRS. So this one. So these are the two new portraits. But move this over here. Yeah, in the minigame, exactly. So we're not getting a picture of Fujin, but let's look at his kit. We've already seen his kit. The question is, has it changed? Just at a glance, it looks pretty similar. So let's just take a look at the awakening bonuses. So at awakening 1, okay, well, I'll read the full skill. How about that? Attacks all enemies, then place protect 2 on all allies except this hero. Then stalwart on all allies if Rajin is on the same team. No, hold on. I misread that. I have dyslexia. I apologize. I'm going to try this again. Attacks all enemies and place protect 2 on all allies except this hero. Then place stalwart, that's a hard word to say, on all allies for 1 turn, period. Then, if Rajin is on the same team, place ward on him. So stalwart is like a kind of like a block debuffs that works on disables. I think, if I recall correctly. This hero is immune to disables. The duration is reduced when an enemy attempts to disable this hero. Will remove disables when placed on this hero. So it cleanses disables or it can block disables. That's what Stalwart does. And then level 1 Awakening. Transfer all debuffs from all allies instead. What? I think that's a mistake. That sounds like it needs to go over here. And this sounds like it needs to go over here. Okay. I'm going to report this real quick. Hold on a sec, guys. Give me 1 second. Who is this again? Fujin? Fujin, yeah. I think Fujin's 4 and ultimate awakenings got swapped. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I think this awakening belongs to this skill. So if an ally is attacked by AoE attacks while under protect, place barrier equal to 50% of his defense on them. So that's cool. So his allies get barrier at, it's level 5 awakening though. Surely that's level 1 awakening. They just got the text mixed up. Okay, so the ultimate reads, transfer 1 debuff from each ally onto this hero, then attack 1 enemy. And transfer all debuffs from this hero to the target. So this awakening you transfer all debuffs instead, and then transfer them to the target. For each debuff transferred, increase all allies' barrier by 50% defense, and then if Rajan is on the same team, all debuffs to this. So that's kind of wonky. Hold on. So the Awakening already transfers all debuffs. Oh, but if Rajan is on the team, they get a turn meter boost. If Raj without okay, this is a little wonky. What am I reporting? It looks like this text was meant to go down here, and this text was meant to go up here. So it looks like they're swoopy swapped. Okay, anyway. That's kind of cool. So the ultimate Cyclone Barrier, allies receive 30% less damage from AoEs at an Awakening. It reflects 25% of the reduced damage back to the attacker. That's crazy. And then if Raijin is on the same team, reflects 100% of the reduced damage back to them. That is really cool, actually. These Awakening things are really interesting. Nobody really knows what some of these things mean. Like barrier multiplier plus 30. Is that like a flat 30 more value worth of barrier? Or is it plus 30%? It doesn't say. Damage reduction multiplier plus 20. Is it plus 20%? Or are you reducing by 20 more damage? Like, you know, I don't know. It doesn't. They're leaving us in the wind a little bit to speculate. So yeah. Like, I don't know. So we see what the words are, but we don't really know what they mean. All right, so who's next? Izanagi. Ooh, he's been work in progress for a while. Let's see what he does. Izanagi. Also ricochets. Oh, we'll get to Zeus. Spoilers. Jeez. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I've been trying to, like, while I poked my head into the Godforge Discord, it was just people posting screenshots of kits, and I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. It's going to spoil it. Okay, so this is Izanagi. He has been work in progress for like a month or so now. Hey, what's up, Delquaz? Welcome. So let's see where he's at right now. Attacks one enemy, increase the divinity of all allies by 5%. If Izanami is on the same team, she will join the attack. So that's exactly the same. And then at Awakening 3, increase the turn meter of all allies by 5%. That's really cool. You get divinity and turn meter boost. That's sick. Okay, so the core ability reads, place initiative up 2 on all allies for 2 turns. Reduce the divinity cost of all allies by 10% up to 3 times. I'm assuming that's the divinity cost of their ultimates, because that's the only thing that costs divinity. That's really strong. So that's the same as well. So it said work in progress. I don't know what they changed, if anything. I don't know. The ultimate reads, place attack up 2 on all allies for 2 turns, then increase the divinity of all allies by 20%. Also increase the damage of each ally's next ultimate ability by 30%. That's really strong. Holy cow. And if Izanami's on the same team and has been defeated, revive her with 50% HP and 100% turn meter. So she pops up, she's going to get a turn right away. That's really cool. At Awakening 5, after using ultimate ability, this hero empowers the next ally ultimate ability and will restore 50% of their divinity after use. Holy cow. Okay, that's crazy. I'm assuming Izanami is next, so we'll take a look at her. This passive, for every 5 buff placed on an enemy team, activate this hero's basic ability against the enemy with the highest turn meter. Cool. Each time an enemy gains a buff, increases turn... sorry. That's the Awakening bonus. Each time an enemy gains a buff, increase the turn meter of this hero by 10%. This can trigger up to 1 time per enemy turn. That's really sick too. So he's just going to be cranking out turns, reducing the ult cost, empowering the ultimates so they do more damage. This guy is insane. He might be one of my favorite supports. And he gains 30 divinity when this hero increases the divinity of an ally. So this is going to be really strong. Oh no, you don't have to awaken him. He just does it on his basic attack. So every time he attacks, if he's got 4 allies on his team, he's going to gain 120 divinity every time he uses his basic attack. That's really cool. I'm assuming that's how that works. Wow. All right. Izanami is next. Izanami. So I know it's late. It's like, it's midnight for me. Oh no. All right, let's try it again. I don't think any of Izanagi's skills were changed. He's been saying work in progress, but it doesn't look like they changed anything. I don't know. Ragewood pulled an Izanagi this morning, and he had Heimdall locked in, and we convinced he couldn't decide who he wanted to take, so we flipped a coin. In fact, we flipped my Godforge coin, to be specific. Oh, that's why it looked up backwards, because it was also upside down. How cool is this thing? Well, the game's not out yet. Let me try something here. Did I spell it right? Oh, here it is. Okay. Get rid of this. All right, so she has been work in progress too. I'm not going to read the story stuff. I don't want any story spoilers. I enjoy speculating on the story, and if I read all the story blurbs, it won't be speculation anymore. It'll just be me. I want to wait and see if my theories have been correct. So attacks one enemy with the chance to place initiative down 2 for 2 turns. That's pretty strong. That's a good basic attack. Dan CDK says Dan did say earlier that all kits were being put in as they already were, and then changes would have been taking place over the next couple weeks. Okay, that makes sense. So the way I understand it is what we see on the website is getting pulled directly out of what's in the current dev build. So whatever the kits are in the dev build is what we should be seeing on the website. At least that's what it's supposed to be. I don't know if that was causing too much troubles. You know, if that was causing problems, that might could be something they could have changed. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, so she places initiative down for 2 turns on the basic. That's pretty cool. And then at Awakening 1, also decreases the target's divinity by 100. That's a good basic attack. That is very disruptive. A core ability. Remove shield from all enemies. Then attack all enemies with a chance to place Corrupt on the target with the highest HP for 3 turns. If Izanagi is on the team, he'll join the attack using his core ability. That's pretty good. The shield removal is interesting, and the Corrupt is interesting as well. Cool. Wait, does Corrupt... Hold on. Let's look at Corrupt real quick. I forgot what it does. The hero who placed this debuff steals any buff placed on the enemy. Duration reduced when triggered. Okay, I couldn't remember if it would steal buffs when you placed it, kind of like how Stalwart will cleanse a disable, but apparently it does not. Okay, it's still interesting. Oh, it was only single hit before? Do you mean single target? I'm pretty sure it was AoE. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. What it was is irrelevant. What it is now is what we should be focusing on. But maybe you're right. I can't say for sure. So the ultimate is attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance to place speed down 2 and curse 2 on each target for 2 turns. Then decreases the turn meter by 20%. That's not bad. And at Awaken 5, she steals the turn meter from the enemies instead of reducing it. That's pretty cool. This is actually particularly interesting because ultimates can be used out of turn. So if she's really close to her turn, uses her ultimate, she's going to steal, or even if she's really far away from her turn, she's going to steal all those turn meters, boost her own. If you're using this in PvP, it's kind of a bummer. You had to get her to Awaken 5 to do that. But that's really strong. Interesting. And then the passive reads, when this hero attacks an enemy under initiative down, which she places on her basic, decrease their turn meter by 5%. Interesting. And then at Awaken 3, if the enemy is defeated while under initiative down, place banish on them for 1 turn. Interesting. She doesn't seem to have very strong damage multipliers though. So I don't know that she's going to be getting lots of kills. I think it's going to be more like an incidental thing that happens every once in a while rather than something you rely on, but it's still interesting. I haven't seen Murdoch yet. We'll get there. I'm going in order by the factions. So we're starting with Izumo. Who is this? He's not, so I don't know how to. I'm not even going to try to spell this. Probably not a space. Let's try that, see if that works. Oda Nobunaga. I think that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, I saw some people chit-chatting in the Godforge general chat, but I was trying to avoid spoilers because I do want my first impression to be on the live stream. So I was like, yeah, every time somebody would post something, trying to dodge the spoilers. Well, it seems as though it's loading, which tells me that that is a valid web address. If it wasn't, I think it would have just not even gone at all. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Cold Winter Soldier. Have a good night. Well, that's loading. Oh, you know what? I could... I need to input Izanami and Izanagi's hero kits. I have not done that yet. Because they've been... work in progress, so I didn't want to go through the trouble of doing it. But while that's loading, I'll show you what I'm working on here. So obviously the hero kit is going to go in this section here. Then I have a discussion thread. If you want to theory craft or ask questions about the hero, you can click that and it'll take you here where you guys can post and ask questions and all that stuff. And then the awakening bonuses are going to go here. As soon as masteries are added to the game, I'm going to have recommended masteries, and I will also add a mastery index with links. So if you want, when you see the mastery, and if you're not sure what it does, you can click it and it'll take you to the entry in the mastery index. Same thing with imprints. I'm going to have recommended imprints. I've already got the imprint index fully built out. So I'll link to the proper indexes. So we'll do it by every rarity. So if you don't have one, you could, try to facilitate everybody. Same thing with weapons, epic and legendary. I'm going to have recommended gear sets, overall hero rankings, and then content-specific rankings. So 0 out of, or between 1 and 5 stars. So right now everyone's set at 0 until I go in and fix it. So that's what I'm building right now. Page not found. Dang it. Okay, let's try something else. Ah, whoops. I wonder if I can just go to the Izumo. Oh, can you tell what I was searching for earlier? No, I just want the heroes. Would I swap Quetzalcoatl for Izanagi? Oh man, that's really hard because I think, man, I don't know. That's a tough one. Like my top 5 are of like who I would recommend people lock in are like Heimdall, Quetzalcoatl, Izanagi, Apollo. I made a video on it. There's like 1 or 2 more. I say my top 5. Vivian. And the reason I recommend these heroes so highly is because they do things that no one else really does. So we haven't seen another legendary turn meter booster who has a turn meter boost and speed up 2 and a huge speed lead. And then his ultimate does a bunch of buffs. Like Quetzalcoatl's crazy. So that's why he's in there. Aha! Oh, there's a dash. That's what I did wrong. I didn't put the dash. I wrote it as one word. Oh, he's a brawler? Ooh, interesting. I think I knew that, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I had him in as a brawler. I don't know why I was so surprised. I guess I just forgot. Okay, so we have not seen this guy's kit. He is brand new. So let's kind of do a quick overview. So he is an eternal legendary brawler archetype aligned with order. Okay. So his basic attack attacks one enemy, then increase the divinity, or sorry, increase this hero's divinity by 5%. It's not bad. Just free divinity gains. At Awaken 5, increase an additional 2% divinity for each enemy this hero has defeated in battle. That's interesting. Okay. The core ability attacks all enemies, then place speed up 2 and initiative up 2 on this hero. If the attack defeats an enemy, buffs cannot be removed. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, this is obviously, you're going to open with this skill. That's your core ability. You open, and then you have speed up 2 and initiative up 2. So he's already going to be gaining tons of speed, taking tons of turns, getting tons of ults. Then this helps him get ult faster as well. The ultimate reads, attacks one enemy. All allies join the attack with their basic abilities. Izumo allies inflict 30% increased damage. Increased turn meter of this hero by 50% for each. Oh, if an enemy is defeated. Holy moly. Ultimate ability, join attack. Izumo allies deal 30% more damage. And then he gets a 50% turn meter boost if an enemy is defeated. That's wild. At Awaken 3, turn meter increase is now 100% when defeating an enemy. Now remember, this is significant because you get your ultimate you can use your ultimate when it's not your turn. So as long as it's one of your allies' turns, he could use this and then immediately cut in and take his turn. That's really cool. And the passive reads, increase the damage inflicted by this hero by 10% and reduces damage received by 10% each time this hero defeats an enemy. Stacks are not reset across each wave at level 1 awakening. That is sick. Increase the damage inflicted. Yeah, that's awesome. He seems really cool, man. Has his picture loaded. There he is. Yeah. Yeah. So to go back to your question, would I swap Quetz for Izanagi? If it were me, I would probably be tempted to keep Izanagi, but I heard Quetz got some changes and I haven't seen what those changes are yet. Let's do something fun and let's just look at the heroes we haven't seen yet. So we'll look at Gozu next. Because I mean, if we've already seen the hero, like why look at him again, right? They've not likely. I mean, I'm sure there are some minor changes, but like I'm mostly interested to see the ones I haven't seen yet. Can Otis smack though? Maybe. I mean, he's a brawler. He's a brawler, so he's like meant to be like a tanky. Oh, let's try something else. Actually, I was planning to go through the whole index, but as slow as things are going, maybe we should just look at the legendaries, because there's a ton of legendaries. So let's just do this, and we'll focus on ones we haven't seen. We'll focus on ones we have not seen. We have not seen Aphrodite since the alpha, so there are plenty of people who have probably not seen her kit if you didn't play the alpha, and it's possible it's undergone some changes. No, man, this started to work and I was feeling really confident about it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it some time. I'll give it like 30 to 45 minutes and then I'll start streaming at the point in which it started working. I was confident that if I gave it enough time, it would be working by the time. Did I spell it right? Aphdite. I believe so. How many legendaries are in the game? It's a good question. I wonder if it'll tell me if I... Oh, that's... Okay. Let's see. There's 1, 2... There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 is how you count. 60, 61, 62, 63. So quite a bit. Some games launch with 63 heroes in the game. Godforge has 63 legendaries. So that's pretty dope. Man. CDK, you're absolutely right. What sets me apart from those other fools, though, is that the site was actually online when I started streaming, so... You saw somebody said they gave everyone an extra 250 summons. Yeah, I looked at my account and I had like 300 summons when I should have had like 60, so I think that was correct. Here, I'm gonna try to load this one more time. Godforge.gg. 204 sounds about right. I think it's somewhere between like 200 and 230. I forget the exact number. While that's loading, I'll show you some heroes that I cheated. Okay, I couldn't help myself. So Sizin's kit did not undergo any changes, but we now have his... hold on. I'm tidying this up a little bit. actually. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. So we don't have to scroll as much. I've been meaning to do this on every hero. Well, I decided to get rid of these. They're super unnecessary. As you can see them all right here. Amayakon, Strength, Slayer. Yeah, it was redundant. Okay. So now it's a little bit more compact, and you don't have to scroll as much to get to the bottom. Okay. So what Sizzin does is, gosh dang it. What Sizzin does is, his basic attack attacks all enemies for 380 times attack with a 40% chance, which books up to 60. We saw that on his hero card. Chance to place acid on each target for 2 turns. So remember that. Basic attack, AoE acid. Core ability attacks all enemies for 410% attack with a 75, books up to 100, chance to place Blaze 2 on each target for 2 turns. Remember that. AoE acid on the basic, AoE Blaze on the core. His ultimate attacks all enemies for 430% attack, then activate acid and Blaze on each target. Also apply precision to this hero for 1 turn. And he gains divinity, he gains 50 divinity when when inflicting damage. Oh, it doesn't say when attacking, it says when inflicting damage to an enemy under acid or burn. Inflicting damage. Okay, so Fateless has been very meticulous about how they word things. An attack is when you use a skill. So if it's like a 3-hitter attack, and it says when you attack an enemy, you don't get it 3 times. It's when you attack. If it says when you hit, it counts for each hit. This neither says attack nor hit. It says inflicting damage. So I'm inclined to believe that anytime an enemy takes damage from an attack, an acid, or a blaze, he's going to get divinity. This is even better than I suspected. This is a massive revolution. I've been drooling over him for like the last 2 months, and I just realized this. Okay. Stay on point, Adam. So the passive, if an enemy is under acid, reduce their incoming healing by 50%. And if you want to check out his imprint, you can click the imprint link. If an enemy is under acid, reduce their incoming healing by 25%. We can go back to Sizzin. So look at the awakening bonuses here. So his awaken 1 bonus is if the target is under acid, also activate Blaze without reducing its duration. So this is on the core. So if either A, you have someone else on the team with acid set him up so he can do this. So the person with AoE acid attacks first, like maybe Ramses, for example. Ramses goes AoE acid, and then Sizzin uses his core. It's going to apply and then activate the Blaze. That is insane. Or if you're like me and you got the Sun Wukong imprint and you speed tune him so he's the slowest on your team, there's going to be a chance that he uses, gets to join an attack and apply acid to everybody before he uses his core. So that's very cool. And then at Awaken 2, he gets a damage multiplier plus 30. I don't really know what that means. He's got Ignore Resistance plus 20. That's good because you want to build him for damage. That's less accuracy that you need in your kit. And then Strong Hit Damage Multiplier by 30. Now, why is this relevant? We see that he places the Precision buff. Okay? What Precision does is it guarantees attacks are strong hits. Okay. So he uses his ultimate, he puts Precision on himself, and now his next attack is a strong hit. And that's going to give him a plus 30 damage multiplier on strong hits. At Awaken 3, he plays Precision on all allies instead. So your entire team gets the next hit is a strong hit. That's awesome. And then his Attunement multiplier is plus 50. I don't know what this means. So we know that a gear attunement is a thing, and when you attune your gear to your heroes, they get a bonus. And it sounds to me like that attunement bonus is getting multiplied by plus 50. I don't know what the implications of that are, but that's how I interpret that. Yeah, Precision does sound like an accuracy buff. That's true. That's what I thought it was at first too. I think they probably could have come up with a better name for it, but the effect is cool. And then it says armor multiplier plus 30. I don't know what that means. Is this damage mitigation from defense? That doesn't seem to be the case. It sounds like you're getting a bonus to your armor set bonuses or something. Or maybe it's like the main stat of your gear pieces. You get like plus, like if it's a, no, that'd be crazy, right? Like if it was a speed piece, you get plus 30 speed. That can't be right. I don't know. And then weapon multiplier plus 30. I have no idea what these mean, but that's what they are. So I guess we'll see when the game comes out. How would that work on negative enemies? Well, it guarantees attacks are strong hit, so I'm assuming it would strong hit the enemies, even if they're even if you're weak affinity. That's my assumption. And at Awaken 5, gosh dang it. At Awaken 5. When an enemy receives damage from acid, has a 50% chance to increase the duration of... Wait. Oh, this is on his passive. Okay, so his passive... If the enemy is under acid, reduce incoming healing. And then also, when an enemy receives damage from acid, has a 50% chance to increase the duration of acid and blaze on the target by 1 turn. That's insane. So when you activate the acids and blaze with his ultimate, there's a 50% chance that you just extend them as well. Man, he's gonna be so cool. Wait, why is it? Dude, no. I swear to God, it says loop. No. Loop playlist. Does this to me every time. Oh, site's moving again. Okay. I think I clicked it. Okay, I'm like 1,000% sure I clicked it, but I don't want to like overclick it and break it. You know what I mean? I don't want to fry the server. Oh no. Maybe we can just type /heroes. There we go. Yeah, I'm so excited for Citizen Man. Let me check my DMs real quick. What is happening? Why in the world have you taken it upon yourself to do that, YouTube? Loop playlist. You have one job, and it's to loop the playlist. Sorry. I don't think he realizes that I'm streaming because he keeps DMing me. I don't think he'd be messaging me if he knew that I was streaming. Technical difficulties. Yeah, apparently. Godforge.gg isn't the only website that's having troubles tonight. YouTube has forgotten how to loop playlist. This happens to me literally every time. Every time I do a live stream and I try to use the Godforge soundtrack as background, I always click loop playlist every time, and then it just, when it gets to the end, guess what it doesn't do? It doesn't loop. Banhammer. I'm not gonna pull the trigger so eagerly, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So while that's loading, oh, I'll show you another hero that I checked out earlier off stream. Oops. I searched in the wrong. I was curious. I couldn't help myself, guys. I could not resist. Oh, I know it's him, man. I'm not so eager to. I'm just gonna play it cool and. Okay. So Isolde, we don't know what her leader bonus was in the alpha. I think it was like 15% speed in all battles or something like that. 13%. I'm not convinced it's gonna be an all battles speed aura, but we'll see. The basic attack, Royal Herbs, attacks one enemy for 150% attack, then place Mend on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. If Tristan is on the team, he will also receive the Mend. Very strong. Core ability, Queen of the Cornwall, place defense up 1 on all allies for 1 turn, and then increase the turn meter of all allies by 10%. Remember that. That's going to come into play later when we look at the Awakenings. Ultimate, Elixir of Fate, remove 1 random debuff from all allies, then increase the turn meter of all allies by 15%. Increase by a further 5% if a debuff is removed from the ally. That's really cool. So potentially a 20% turn meter boost on the ult if she cleanses a debuff. If Tristan is on the same team, has a 75% chance to place Charm. If Tristan is on the enemy team, has a 75% chance to place Charm on them for 2 turns, which cannot be resisted. And then she gains 30 divinity when placing a buff on an ally. Also, look at this passive. When an ally defender is attacked, heal all allies by 10% of her max HP. That is really strong. But her awakenings are outgoing turn meter multiplier 2.5. I'm assuming that's 2.5%. So this affects her core and her ultimate, if I understood it correctly. It was 13% on all battles. Okay, thank you, Zav. Yeah, it says attunement multiplier +5. I'm assuming if you attune gear... I really want to know what these attunement multipliers are. All this stuff. I don't know what any of this means. Anything I say is pure speculation. And then outgoing turn meter multiplier by an additional 2.5. So up to 5% extra turn meter boost on her core and her ultimate at a level 3 awakening. Super good. And then another attunement multiplier is exactly the same as her previous one. Again, I still don't know what that means, but at Awaken 5, she places attack up 1 on all allies for 1 turn. So at Awaken 5, she's actually super freaking good. She's like, what's his name? Apothecary and Spirit Host combined into the same hero. Like, literally anyone could take her to 6-star on their accounts and you wouldn't regret it. She's such a good hero. And I'm not just saying that because I have a crush on her. I have a crush on her because she's an amazing hero. That's, I mean, you know, you get it. Man, I thought for sure I was good to start streaming it, man. Could have sworn someone mentioned it was all defenders, not all allies. Okay, hold on. Let me look again, because I literally got this from the site earlier. When an allied defender is attacked, heal all allies. Yeah, no, yeah. This was one of the first heroes. I looked at Sizzin first off stream because I wanted to get his information put in my index. And then the second hero I looked at was Isolde. I didn't have any of this information input before tonight. I got this all off the website. So if someone is saying it's all defenders, they got it incorrect. Was there anybody else I looked at? Oh yeah, no, there's a couple. Okay, no one's super exciting. I checked Anu's awakening bonuses. So at the start of, I think we already looked at Anu on stream though. I got Anubis's. His awaken 1 is if an enemy is defeated with his basic attack, decrease the cooldown of this. That can't be right. I might have to check that one again. This was the awakening bonus they had under his basic attack. Maybe these are switched. I'll have to, let's see if we can, oh, it's loading. Let's look at Ymir's kit, dude. Dude, this guy's sick. He looks sick. I don't know if his kit's any good. He's an Eternal Legendary Brawler from the Chaos Aligned. Yeah, Susan is so good, dude. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. His basic attack. Attacks one enemy. Damage scaling off HP and attack. With a 75% chance to place defense down 2 for 2 turns. If the target is under freeze, place barrier on this hero equal 5% of the damage inflicted. Okay, that's super cool. Attacks all enemies. I'm assuming it attacks 2 times? It doesn't say 2 times. Or maybe they just accidentally put this in twice. Reduces the target speed by 10, stacking up to 3 times. I'm assuming they just accidentally input the multiplier twice. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw Anu's. Yeah, that was pretty sick. Yeah, Anu's was good. So at Awakening 1, Ymir says at max stacks, so this reduces the target speed by 10 up 3 times. So once you get to 3, and reduce their speed by 30%. Will place freeze on each target for 1 turn, which cannot be blocked or resisted. Yo! It's an AoE attack, so you have to use it 3 times before you get to that point. That's still a little... I'm sure there will be some fights. Like, if you think about Doom Tower Hard, and progressing through it as a new player, there are some fights where you just take turn after turn after turn. Like, you probably get 20 turns per wave sometimes. So that's actually not that bad. My first instinct was to be like, it's whatever, but there will be moments, if you have him, while you're progressing through the game, where that actually becomes relevant. So I shouldn't be too critical. So that's his core ability. The ultimate reads, attacks all enemies with an 80% chance to place speed down 2 on each target for 2 turns. Then attacks all enemies with an 80% chance to place freeze on enemies under speed down 2. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, and then at Awaken 5, each time this hero places freeze, reduce this hero's divinity cost by 10, stacking up to 30 times. Is that meant to say stacking up to 30? Or 3 times? Stacking up to 30 times? So you can reduce, I guess it's still only 300 divinity. So we don't know how much the ultimate cost. Sorry, and increase the damage this hero inflicts on their next ultimate ability by 3%. Interesting. Does that stack up to 30 times too? Interesting. So I do like the ult, speed down and freeze. That's kind of cool. When this hero is attacked, also there's a permanent speed reduction, and this isn't a debuff, so that just is something that is applied to the enemy. That's pretty neat. When this hero is attacked, has a 50% chance to place freeze on an enemy for 1 turn. At level 3 Awakening, also has a 50% chance to place freeze if any disable or also has a 50% chance to place freeze if any disable or debuff. I'm assuming that says it was meant to say is resisted, and they just forgot to finish typing it. Maybe it'll say down here. Awaken ability Frozen Blood. Oh, no, it doesn't say. I'm assuming if any debuff or disable is resisted is probably what that should say. But then if that's the case, then this freeze would get resisted too. Maybe it's blocked. So like if they have like Stalwart on them, you try to place it, removes the Stalwart. Stalwart, yeah, that's how you say that. And then because it was blocked, then this triggers and has a 50% chance to freeze them. And if you place block debuffs on them, the debuff gets blocked. It will reduce the duration of block debuffs and then try again to freeze them. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's meant to say if any debuff or disable is blocked or removed. That would be imagine if it was blocked or removed. You cleanse the freeze and then he just triggers his passive and freezes again. That would be so annoying. I read it like adding to the original, so 50% chance not only on attack but also on disable and debuff. Yeah, I'm just trying to like piece it together like and add context to it so it makes sense, because it's only half of a sentence. Because freeze is the only disable he's putting in his kit, so why would he have a chance to freeze if he's already placing freeze? I think it's just they just didn't finish the sentence. That's my theory. Ymir looks sick. Yeah, it's definitely missing words. I was doing my best to fill in the blanks. Part of me wants to go in and fill out my index, but I don't really want to do that while I'm streaming. Okay, hold on. What's another hero that we haven't seen yet that we could... Ooh, let's look at Baba Yaga. Let's try that. I haven't looked at Morgan, no. Oh, did they change her? Oh, that's interesting. I want to see if Baba Yaga loads. Medusa. Ooh, there's so many good ones, dude. There's something about Medusa that I really like, and I just can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, I don't know. So the reason a lot of people are a little harsh on Morgan Le Fay currently is because her core ability and her basic attack are great, like legitimately amazing. Like the core attacks all enemies 3 times and then has a 75% chance to place Aether Burn, Blaze 2, Acid, and Bleed for 2 turns or 1 stack at random. But then her ultimate rips all those off to just do raw damage. But her basic attack activates the debuffs when she attacks and places vulnerable, which is going to increase the damage that all the debuffs do by 40%. So, like, her basic and her core are nutty. So if they buffed her ultimate to make her, like, super good, I might have to keep an eye out for her. Yeah, Medusa's, yeah, I'm not big into mythology, but she's one of the few that I'm actually like aware of and know about. Nah, maybe it's one word that it doesn't exist. Baba Yaga, try that. Oda Nobunaga was, did I say that right? Oda was hyphenated. Where'd he go? I guess I could just... Yeah, so there's a space between them, but on the website it was hyphenated. No? Okay. Well, maybe we can try out Morgan. I don't know how it would be typed out in the... Does that work? No. Take me back. Yeah, I'm excited for Morgan too. I just don't know if it's godforge.gg/heroes/Morgan or if it's /heroes or heroes/Morgan Le Fay. And if it is Morgan Le Fay, is it all one word? Is it hyphenated? Like, I don't know how to search for it. This is the hack that somebody told me to use, and it's been working for me. So I kind of want to just keep doing it. Evaldi's Horde. I know what that's. What is Evaldi's Hoard? Is that a dungeon? Doesn't sound familiar. It's not a dungeon. Interesting. This is the theme music for Dvalin's Foundry. What is Dvalin's Foundry? That doesn't sound familiar either. What are these locations in the game? Huh. Yeah, it looks like we got some leaks in here. Yeah, so I guess so. Apparently, there's a character limit on how many words you can type in a Discord post. So when I tried to link her imprint, I exceeded the character limit. Possibly tied into dungeons, like they're back in track, maybe. Maybe, I don't know, like it might also just be things that are like in the story. I don't know. I assume that they were for the different levels of campaign, but yeah, anyway. I couldn't fit her imprint in here because like each one of these links just looks like a short little word, but if you look at it when I click edit, they're actually quite long, and there's so many of them in her kit. She does so many debuffs that I just exceeded the character limit, and I couldn't get her imprint to fit up here with the rest of everything, so I had to put her imprint down here in the comments. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I actually just watched John Wick for the first time maybe about 2 or 3 months ago. It came up for free on like YouTube Movies. Hold on, let me see the Zap once. He slide into my DMs. Oh, he's got the link to Morgan Le Fay. Okay, thanks, buddy. All right, so we can do like a before. Oh, this page is loading too. All right, we'll try to load both pages. 2 birds at one stone. That's what I should do. I should have like 12 tabs open and just try to load as many as we can. Okay, what realm is Baba Yaga from? Virage. Okay, so I'm gonna try to load Virage, or Virai, as people from that region will actually tell you it's pronounced. So I apologize. I'll do my best to pronounce that correctly. Virai, and this is loading Morgan Le Fay. So let's study her kit now, so when it loads we can try to find the difference. Oh, I need to fix this. I need to take these out of every. I need to condense all this stuff too. Just doing some cleaning up. I think it just makes it a little bit more convenient. Put that one there. Yeah, that looks a little nice. Now you don't have to scroll down as much. You can get to the top quicker, get to the bottom quicker, and it's still easy to read. This poor server, man. Okay, we're Hey, what's up, Sakib? I almost just choked on my saliva because I was so excited. All right, attacks all enemies. 150 times. Oh, 1,000. No, I think that was 1,000 accuracy already. Yeah, 150 and 1,000 accuracy. Okay. With a chance to place vulnerable 2 on each target. So it's an AoE, vulnerable 2. Then activate a random debuff on each target. Yeah, that's the same. And the core. Attack all enemies with a 75% chance of Aether Burn, Acid, and Bleed. Attacks 3 times. Attacks all enemies 3 times. Each hit has a 50, looks up 75. Random Aether Burn, Bleed, Acid, or Blaze. That's the same. 50 and 400. That's the same. Before attacking, remove any Aether Burn, Bleed, Acid, or Blaze. Before attacking, remove all. Oh, they changed the wording. This now says remove all. Remove all. And then the multiplier is 200 attack and 1200 accuracy. That's exactly the same. For every 5 debuffs removed, increase the damage dealt by 25%. Yeah. If 20 or more debuff are removed, increases hero's turn meter by 100%, which that's probably never going to happen. Oh, maybe I guess it could. If you're fighting 5 enemies and you place 4 debuffs and then you attack with the basic and there's a 5th, and then, yeah, okay, that could happen. This hero gains a bonus effect. Increase the next core ability damage. If Blaze. Yeah, that's the same. If Acid, increase turn meter. Yeah, that's the same. Bleed, heal 1000 accuracy. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Well, if someone in the Discord was saying that she looks really good now, that implies that she's been buffed in some capacity, and they would have had to have seen it. Maybe they're talking about this. Awakened bonus 5. Each time an enemy debuff activates, increase this hero's accuracy by 10 up to 20 times. Okay, so if you're increasing the accuracy up to 200, that doesn't really affect her damage that much. Gain 20 divinity when placing a debuff on an enemy. Yeah. I think that's just like a Morgan Le Fay fan going nuts. I'm not reading too much into that. Okay, who did we want to look at? Wait, Baba Yaga's not in here. That means she's probably not going to be in early access, guys. Let's look at Belobog. We've seen Chernobog's kit, and I actually have it in my. Oh, hey, Joy B. Good morning. I have Chernobog in my. No, just kidding. I feel bad for like spam clicking, but like I'm not getting it. There's no indication that the click actually did anything. So was that Chernobog? Yeah, let's look at Chernobog real quick. Did I spell that right? Probably not. Oh, with an E. Thern. Look at the dragons. Oh, that's a good idea too. Okay, well, we'll try it again in a minute. Chernobog. So his basic attack attacks one enemy 400 times attack with a 50% chance to place Terrify on the target for 2 turns. So Terrify increases your divinity cost by 50%. So it's gonna make it take longer for you to get to your ultimate. 50% longer, in fact. That's a pretty cool basic. This kit I got from a video or a live stream, a Simon live stream. Yeah, I just paused it and got the information from the live stream. He showed it off. I think it was like maybe about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't remember which one it was. But yeah, Terrify on the target for 2 turns. If this hero joins an attack or retaliate, attack all enemies instead. Oops, a typo here. Where'd it go? This would be a closed parenthesis, not a 0. Ignore, intercept, and charm. That's kind of cool. So if he's joining an attack or counterattacking with from a retaliate buff, he's going to AoE attack instead of attacking one enemy. That's kind of crazy. And his core ability, Dark Assault, attacks one enemy with 135% attack 3 times, then place a retaliate on this hero for 2 turns, so synergizing with the basic. If Belobog is on the same team, buff cannot be removed or reduced. Also, if the enemy is defeated, increase this hero's divinity by 100%. So if you just kill somebody with this, you get your ult. Basically, is what, you know, that's how I interpret that. It might just increase the amount of divinity you have and like double it. But the way I read this in my mind, as I interpret that, is you have 100% divinity now. So you don't, if that's the case, you don't want him to be the last, you don't want him to be the slowest on your team. You want at least one person to be a little bit slower than him. So he takes his turn, gets the kill, now he has his ultimate ready, and then it's the next person on your team's turn, and while it's their turn, then he could use his ultimate. That would be sick. So attack one enemy 3 times. If the target's max HP is greater than this hero, which it likely will be, he's a slayer, each hit will inflict an additional 5% of the target's max HP. If the target's max HP is lower than this hero, each hit will always strong hit. So if there's another... That's interesting. It almost incentivizes you to build him with a reasonable amount of HP, so you can just use them to delete other slayers in the arena, like PvP or whatever. But against bosses, that's a 3-time enemy max HP attack. So it's kind of like a Newt from Raid Shadow Legends, just max HP, max HP, max HP. Kind of cool. Something to consider. This additional 5% max HP is not included in the damage multiplier, so this is not affected by crit damage. It's just a flat 5% the way like Acid and Blaze and all that kind of stuff work. Ah, man. Yeah, the website's probably getting a little overloaded. I think everyone's super hyped to get in there and start clicking around. And then his passive, after joining an attack, after this hero joins an attack, comma, gains an extra turn or retaliates, comma, this hero's next ability will ignore 15% of the target's defense and ignore shield, barrier, immortal, ward, and defense up. That's crazy. Actually crazy. Oh, Belobog loaded. Nice. Okay. Prosperous Light. Attack one enemy and place attack up 2 on all allies for 1 turn. That's an actually really cool basic attack. Yeah, they've been working hard on it all day. So they're doing their best, and I think they're doing a fine job. Is it perfect? No, but maybe it'll get there. Yeah, I was already anticipating for the minigame to be over like a month ago, so like I'm not even worried that I can't access the minigame. Like, who cares? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But if someone was excited and looking forward to hopping in, I can understand why they'd be a little agitated. That makes perfect sense. Oh, did they? Okay, they changed some of the imprint images. That's possible. I haven't been paying attention, if I'm being honest. Okay, his core ability, place block debuff and stalwart on all allies for 2 turns, then attack all enemies. Also decreases the cooldown of all ally core abilities by 1 turn. He's eternal, right? Okay, he is eternal. So this is the second hero we've seen who can reduce ally core ability cooldowns. If Chernobog is on the same team, he joins the attack using his core ability, which makes it an AoE, if you'll remember. Right? If this hero joins an attack, attack all enemies instead. Yeah. So that is really good. So the ultimate... Oh, sorry. Let's at level 3 Awakening, refresh the cooldown of ally core ability. Refreshes the cooldown, not just reduce. It just, your core abilities are ready now, guys. Congratulations. Ultimate. Increase the rank of all buff on all allies by 1 and decrease the rank of all debuff on all allies by 1. Interesting. Also equalize the turn meter of all allies with the highest turn meter. And at level 5 Awakening, then gain an extra turn. Also, if Chernobog is on the same team, increase his turn meter by 100%. This is interesting. So if you have a Soldi, for example, and she's Awakened 5, you'll put attack up 1 and attack up 2 on all allies. Or sorry, attack up 1 and defense up 1. Use this. Now those buffs become attack up 2 and defense up 2. You'll notice he's playing attack up 2 on all allies on his basic attack. So when he casts this, that attack up 2 becomes attack up 3. That's really cool. Would I prefer this be cleansing the debuff entirely? Yes. But the ability is called Equilibrium of Power. It's about bringing balance, and so thematically it makes sense. But it would be cooler if it just cleansed the debuff. But whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, that's exactly right, Zav. When an ally receives a debuff, this is his passive. Decrease its duration by 1 turn. That is just something that happens. Wow. Okay, so that makes sense. You're not gonna hardly have many debuffs anyway. But when they do appear, they're gonna be reduced, and then you make them smaller. That's pretty sick. At Awakening 1, when an ally receives a buff, increase its duration by a turn. Dude. Okay, so it's official, guys. Vivian is no longer the only buff extender in the game. He just does that whenever he wants. And he's at level 1 Awakening. He is Eternal, though, so he's going to be a little bit trickier to get. But holy moly, that is cool. Oh, man. Who else should we try to look at? It's possible, Zav, but they're both Eternal Legendaries. Should we look at Apollo? Did I look at him earlier? Okay, I did look at him earlier. Because we saw that picture from Simon a couple days ago where it looked like Apollo had placed attack up 3 on all allies. It doesn't seem as though, at least not that we've seen, these were the only Awakening bonuses that we saw on the website. So maybe there's one that enhances his core to make it attack up 3. Could be something to look out for. So who do we want to look at next? Oh, someone was saying the dragon. Those are from TN. So we got Xianlong and Tianlong. Okay, let's do this. Let's do Tianlong. Enter. And on this one, Shenlong. Try that. And while those are loading, we could just admire their beauty. Also admire the beauty of this beautiful resource that I've created. Lubu looks really cool too. Who's that handsome guy at the top? Are you talking about Mulan? Or Pengu, perhaps? It's Sun Wukong, Yan Wang, Hoi Yin, You want to see Lubu? Okay. Well, we're trying to look at the dragons right now. We're doing our best. We know that Lubu is a brawler, and he's strength affinity, and he's rare. Yeah, that could be true. For my main account, obviously I've got Sizzon locked in, but what I've decided to do for my free-to-play account is lock in a rare, so I have a more relatable experience to other players who missed the minigame and weren't able to get a hero. So I'm going to take Shishi, and then choose Guan Yu as my starter. Yeah, I've got it. My head canon is that Shishi is Guan Yu's loyal companion and best boy doggo. Because on Shishi's core, I don't have it in here. At a certain awakening level, at least in the alpha, he would bring TN allies in on the joint attack. Yeah, I need to figure out if this is true. If Shishi no longer has the joint attack, I might choose a different. I'll still probably take Shishi as my starter, just because I like the idea of them being like best buds. Shishi and Guan Yu. I'm just picturing like a cheesy like 90s sitcom intro where they're like skipping through the park. Shishi and Guan Yu, Shishi and Guan Yu, they're best friends and they fight dragons sometimes, and like a dragon crashes down and they gotta like fight the dragon. Shishi and Guan Yu, and it cuts to them like eating ice cream and the dragon's like dead with the Guan Yu's pole arm sticking out of his chest or something. You know, that's I mean, Shishi is a lion. I'm just being silly. The idle breaker animation they have for Tianlong is loaded. What? Oh, maybe Shenlong's not in early access. Okay, well let me find a different hero to look up. Who? Someone said someone else. Oh, hey Bone, what's up? Appreciate it. Thank you, man. If there are any German speakers in the chat and you're looking for a Godforge content creator who speaks German natively, at Bone Plays Godforge is covering the game and doing so in German. So, or if you just want to check out other content creators, you can check them out too. Being in one of the dev builds and being in the early access could potentially be two different things. Oh, Medusa. Yeah, good idea. Okay. So let's look at Medusa, because I am curious too, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let that load. And while that's loading, we'll look at Tianlong. So we don't have a picture, but we have a picture of Tianlong right here. So just keep this in your brains while we're looking at his kit. Oh, there's a picture. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's got like a unicorn horn. I didn't even notice that. Cool. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. All right, let's see. Dragon. No! What? Why would you do this to me? What happened? I don't know. Just refresh. Oh man. Oh, you know what we could do? Hold on. Life hacks. Can I maximize this? Hold on. Can I rewind it? Boom. Okay. How do I hold on. I can't zoom in on it. Oh, here we go. Okay. I gotta lock in. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Oh, no. Okay. Boom. Okay. We're locked in. Is this 1080p? Get out of here, chat. Who's a freaking genius? Attack one enemy 300 times defense, or sorry, 300% defense and 130% attack. 50% chance to place attack down 2 on the target for 2 turns. Nice. That's a really good basic. Okay. The core ability. Place Immortal on this hero for 2 turns, then place Intercept on all allies except this hero for 2 turns. If an ally already has Intercept, increase its duration by 1 turn instead. Whew, that's cool. Immortal and Intercept. That's perfect synergy. And at Awaken 3, while under Immortal, damage received from Intercept cannot exceed 15% this hero's max HP. That's really cool. The ultimate reads, remove all debuffs from all allies and attack all enemies. Also increase the defense of all allies by 10%, stacking up to 3 times. And increase the duration of Intercept on all allies by 1 turn. At Awakening, also resets the cooldown of Aerial Aegis. What does Aerial Aegis do? We know that Temporal Aegis reduces the effectiveness of turn meter reduction. What is the other one? Hold on. There's, I've got it in my status effect index. Arcane Aegis. This reduces divinity reductions multiplicatively. Multiplicatively. That's the word I'm trying to say. Multiplicatively. Per stack. Stacks are removed at the end of this hero's turn. So we know about Arcane Aegis. We know about Temporal Aegis. This is the first time we've seen Aerial Aegis. Huh. Oh, what's up, Rage? Yeah, we're having some issues. I got this Tian Long's hero page to load for a second, and then it went away, so I just rewound the live stream. This is what happened when we try to pull up Tian Long. Oh no, it's under maintenance! Oh, okay, well, let's keep looking at Tian Long's kit. So yeah, Aerial Aegis, this is brand new. We haven't seen this before. And then his passive reads, when damaged by Intercept, heal 100% defense. The attacked, wait, what? The way this is worded is scrambling my brain. Okay, give me a second. When damaged by an Intercept, comma, heal the attacked ally and place barrier on them. Okay, so when Jimmy is here, Tian Long is here. Tian Long places Intercept on Jimmy. Jimmy gets attacked. Tian Long heals Jimmy. Woohoo! Thanks for the heal, buddy. And then they get a barrier equal to 50% of Tian Long's attack. Thanks, Tian Long. You're welcome, Jimmy. Okay, so that's how that works. That's how I have to do it in my brain. I don't always do it out loud like that, but when you see me like thinking, like that's the scenario I'm playing out in my brain. It helps me understand things. Oh, I tried scrolling down. Cool. So now we know what Tian Long does. Aerial Aegis. Oh, I thought this was a new ability. Or a new, I thought this was a new status effect. Good eye, Ragewood. And now imagine how I see non-native speakers. Yeah, I could barely speak English. I'm not gonna try speaking German. That's funny. Oh man, is the full site down or is it just that page? Oh well, we got it. Oh, what? We got a good hour and a half. Ever considered being a puppeteer? You know what? Now that you mention it, so that reminds me of a story. When I was like 3 years old, we were getting ready for church. We went to church, and while we were at church, they brought in a clown to entertain everybody. And I saw how much joy and laughter and excitement that this person bestowed upon everybody. And seeing how much he was entertaining people, it inspired me to want to be an entertainer. Now, as a 3-year-old, my lexicon of knowledge, my vocabulary was limited. I didn't know that there was more out there than just being a clown. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I want to be a clown when I grow up. I told this to my mother. And rather than like internalizing what I was saying and trying to get to the bottom of the meaning of what it was I was trying to express and portray, rather than asking me what it is about being a clown that appealed to me, she goes, "No, sweetie, you don't want to be a clown. Clowns don't make much money. You should get a job working at Ford like your father so you can provide for your family." She said this to a 3-year-old boy. And in that moment, she basically crushed my dreams, set my standard to, oh, just work in a factory so you can make money, and never pursue the thing that excites you. She instilled those philosophies in me at 3 years old. So I would like to say to anyone out there, if your child, your young children say, this is what I want to do when I grow up, never tell them no. If that's not the direction you want your child to go in, ask them what it is about being that thing that excites them. Because if my mom would have done that, I would have told her, I love that he made everybody laugh. He was entertaining people. He was funny. I want to be funny. And she could have taken that and channeled my inspiration, channeled my spirit into pursuing creative arts. I might have tried to go to college to pursue some sort of like something other than being a clown. But she heard clown, she panicked and said, no! And snuffed that dream out in the darkness. And now here I am, as an adult, 33 years later, entertaining people. But yeah, if my mother hadn't crushed my dreams, I might have actually gone to school for like video production or something related to YouTube or video editing or filmmaking or something. Who knows? Who knows what my life would have turned out like if she didn't instill into me that I should just get a job working in a factory. And guess what I do for a living now, guys? I work in a factory. So, yeah, don't squash your kids' dreams. Encourage them. Channel that energy into something instead of just... Yeah, I don't speak to my mother anymore, by the way. Not because of that. That's one of many things. But yeah, I do not have a relationship with my parents. But anyway, I don't know what caused me to go down this tangent. Oh, Joy B asked me if I'd ever consider being a puppeteer because of the little puppet show I did with my fingers. And it unlocked a core memory. A traumatic core memory. I would have become a creepy clown, maybe. I don't know, who knows. Yeah. Well, it is unfortunate that the website is down. I was really hoping that we can squeeze a little bit more juice out of it. But the good news is, we've hardly scratched the surface, so there's potential to do something like this again in the future when it's actually working. So what I'm going to do now, unless you guys want to hang out with me while I do it, I can continue to live stream, I don't mind. But what I would like to do is get all the information that I can that's been like posted to Discord and maybe rewatch the live stream and get information from it that I've already showed you guys and update my Godforge compendium. Actually, another thing that I want to do before I do all that, oh my gosh, I got so much work to do on this. So if you look at my weapon imprint or my weapon index, these images are kind of low resolution. They're kind of fuzzy. And my good friend Talus, fellow Discord moderator for the Godforge Discord, it's like, hey, I noticed your images are a little fuzzy. Let me help you. And he taught me how to get the images directly off the website to get higher quality images. Unfortunately, the only way to update an image on a forum post is to delete the forum post and make it again. And so I want to keep this as aesthetically pleasing as possible. I want the highest resolution images possible, so I do want to do that. But in order to obtain that, I have to delete all of these and remake them. But I think it's a lot of work today for a higher quality product in the future. And I think it's better to do it now than wait, because right now there's not a lot of people using these. So if they disappear for a day or two while I redo this, it's not the end of the world. But the problem is some of them are, well, okay. I need to do it now before I go in to my hero index and start filling out information for like recommended weapons, right? Because if I were to wait until after I input the recommended weapons, when I delete the original post, the links become invalid and I have to go through and redo it. So the sooner I do it, the better. You know what, Ragewood? I think that's an excellent idea. I love that idea. The problem with doing it in the afternoon is that my wife and daughter are home and they're awake and they're kind of scurrying around. So when I wake up is not good timing for me. It's just a little awkward and hard to, I don't know. I will talk to my wife when she wakes up, and then to see if it would bother her if I were to come out here and stream. But at the same time, I also really want to get to work on my compendium. I don't know. And we're also planning to Podforge. Wait, are you awake already? You stayed up super late. Are you having trouble sleeping, or? So I don't know. I kind of want to just like buckle down and get to work on this, because I do need to redo my weapon index. Also, another thing I want to do is add factions to the tags, because you can attune a weapon to a hero if the weapon and the hero are of the same faction, and then you get a bonus. So what I mean by that is this 70%, and I also want to reword these so it's a little bit more clear that what level 1 is and what level 6 is, and then which one's the attunement bonus and what that is. I kind of just want to redo everything to make everything a little bit more clear. And then I want to make tags by faction so you can like click Azumo, and then all the Azumo weapons pop up. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do this. So, Zaf didn't even sleep. Yeah. Oh, robots don't sleep. They just got to plug themselves into the wall and charge. Oh, hey. Well, yeah. Okay. Hey, what's up, Odd One? You got here just in time. I'm getting ready to end the stream. The site's down right now, and I've got a bunch of work to do on my Godforge compendium. Let me refresh one more time and see if it comes back up. Nope, still under maintenance. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that was fun. A little short-lived, unfortunately. We didn't get to see all of them, and it was a bit of a rocky ride. But the sun will come out tomorrow. It's only a day away. So maybe in the future, but in the meantime, oh, Odd One, hey, is your live stream scheduled right now? Because if your live stream is scheduled, I could actually raid you, send all my viewers over there. Let me see. There's a way to do this. I've forgotten how. Stream settings, I think. No, Zav. The Podforge is still on. Same time. I just I don't want to plan on making content for the afternoon when I wake up. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I've never actually done this successfully before. I've tried once. Is it under settings? Maybe? No, that's not it. God, I googled how to do this at the start of the alpha so I could like raid people. Viewer activity, stream health, shopping, stream settings. Maybe it's this button. Details, customization. Participants, members, reactions, message delay, none of this. Redirect, that's the button I need. So odd one if, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, it's right there. I see it. Odd one, yeah, right here. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys over to Odd One, his channel. He's gonna be starting his stream here soon, so hang tight for the Godforge waiting room. Yeah, but thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully I will see you all in another video soon. But until next time, everyone, take care.